Boy, let me tell you what. This program is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover serious topics in a satirical manner. If you're offended by any content herein, boy, I tell you what, that's your own problem. You've been warned. Don't try this at home or anywhere else, even in denying.
Are they gone? Good. Fuck those guys. Let's
Thank you. I'm going to raise a barn.
Whoa, we got to turn that down. Well, Dave, it's time to do the intro.
All right. Well, here we go. Little thing we're trying out here. Bad Habits Network presents Wholesome Ruin News.
Hells yes.
With our host, Gary the Hammer.
What up?
And me, Captain Wholesome. So,
you look like a Captain Amish Spaulding.
Okay. Oh, Ezekiel. Let's go raise some meth. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to bring you a little bit of levity. It's just kind of funny. We talked about it earlier. We find out a lot of our freaking news sitting on the shitter in meme form. So
This is true.
why not just get ahead of it?
Or behind it,
Talk
one
about
of the
some
two.
current events and make them fun. Or behind it. That's even better. I got a hockey stick for that. So, where do we want to start off?
Well, there's a few things that happened. I mean, there's the gentleman who is putting a curb on post-concert inbreeding by shooting up country
This
music.
is true. So many cousins didn't get laid that night. The shooter's name, what do we have here? Stephen Paddock. We got Stephen Paddock, and how many dead now? We got 59 dead total, 489 shot.
Yes, that's a lot of rounds, folks.
That's a lot of rounds. Using a bump stock. They said they had...
Yeah, bump stock my ass.
In his hotel room, 47 firearms, 90% of which were automatic, according to the press. How true that is,
Yeah,
I don't believe a word of the legacy media.
You say legacy. I don't believe any of. Here's my curiosity and theory. Which is fake and which is not? Is Fox fake? Is CNN fake? Is MSNBC fake? Is Al Jazeera fake now? Who is actually telling the truth? That's why we're starting the Wholesome Ruin News, because we're going to put our own sick and twisted spin on things, folks.
Thing is, I don't really know if I trust any of them. I mean,
I don't even trust us.
Is going to be Fox. No. The most credible is going to be Fox, but they've already, they've been proven to stretch the truth a little bit for ratings in themselves. So nobody even knows what's going on with this guy. He doesn't have a history of this or anything. And the funny thing is, what's been leaked recently, and it was all tied to a private plane he owned. Okay, he had this jet. The numbers were changed when he sold it to, I believe it was called like Vogant LLC, which is listed as a government intelligence sector. Okay, so now there's a lot of stuff flying around about MK Ultra. And I don't know if anybody knows what MK Ultra is, but it is.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt. I know what MK Ultra is. It was that great video game by Midway with Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. It was really good fatalities in that game. It was a really well done. Wait, that's not it. Shit.
Here we go. I pop out from time to time. That one was a good one. But yeah, MK Ultra basically is kind of a little bit of a mind control kind of sleeper cell type thing going on. And a lot of the things I'm reading now where they're saying this guy had so many firearms because he was actually doing a convention. This is what he does.
So, and I'm also getting reports in that the Islamic State claimed the shooting initially.
Initially, yes.
Yes.
I mean, my first-hand account, like when I found out about it in Wholesome, and I went on to the Fox, it was only up there once.
Yes.
And it said the police were looking for 3 people that fled the scene, and they were listed as AMAs, 3 AMAs. Now, what that is Arabic Male American.
Oh, I thought it was against medical leave. Or against medical advice, sorry. Got a lot of that going on, too, folks.
So
I just stopped you. I'm sorry.
How this is going to play out. No, you see, I'm still, my Percocets are kicking back in here again. But even though there's all this bad shit going on, I will say one thing I read is the outpouring of people that are actually helping. I mean, I've read the stories about some of these Marines that were there that actually took people's fucking cars. They
right.
Took them and loaded them up with bodies and were taking them left and right to the hospitals. And then the latest thing I read was there are so many people donating blood right now that they're asking people to stop. They're donating blood to all these victims. I don't think I've ever heard that before, where they're saying there's too much blood being donated, which, I mean, to me, that's awesome. That gives you a little more faith in humanity again.
It depends. It depends on the people giving the blood. If I mean, it is Vegas, so I'm sure they're getting some kind of generous donation for doing so for their gambling habit. So, you know, good. We'll take a good for the bad. It's all good. We'll turn a bad habit, into a good one.
That's true.
So I also have.
What do we got?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I got something as of 28 minutes ago from the American Broadcast Company. Investigators delve deeper into Sunday night's massacre in Las Vegas. More chilling details have emerged. The suspected gunman and how he allegedly carried out the deadliest mass shooting in modern United States history. Let's reanalyze that one. The deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. I'm sorry, I'm disagreeing with that statement. The mass shooting that's the deadliest in United States history is the one that's still going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. That's just my opinion as a veteran. Okay. Yeah. Authorities said...
I never even thought about that. You are right on with that. I never thought about that. That's a very good point.
Just saying. End the war, fuckers. Authorities said Stephen Paddock opened fire on the music festival crowd from the 32nd floor on Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino, killing 58, injuring 489, a decrease from the original reports after double-checked numbers. More than 22,000 people were attending the final night of the Route 91 Harvest Festival when the gunfire erupted. The shooting lasted for about 9 to 11 minutes, with the first reports of gunshots beginning Sunday around 10 o'clock p.m. The final shots being fired at, 10:15-ish. Authorities say Paddock was believed to have been solely responsible for this attack. Now, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theorists, especially in Wholesome. I know there's a few of our animals on Bad Habits Network are very, very keen on a lot of these things. And honestly, as far as conspiracy theories goes, you got a fucking conspiracy theorist right here, folks. There's a lot more happening than what meets the eye on this story, in my opinion.
Well, there was quite a few things that came out that were fishy, like the Mandalay Bay security. They had to complete their first responder and weapons training by September 30th.
Right.
Okay, that was released. Okay. On top of that, why did the newspaper there in Vegas accidentally released the story 8 hours before the actual atrocity was committed.
And here's the other kicker. Alleged reports say that Mr. Paddock checked in September 28th, bringing 10... Here, let's marinate on this one for a second. 10 bags and at least 23 weapons, including high-powered rifles. Set up surveillance cameras inside and outside his 2-room estate.
And on top of that, what they're not talking about anymore were the 2 platforms he had moved into the rooms without being noticed. 2 shooting platforms.
Correct. And here's the other kicker. The police state that none cameras that Paddock brought were recording.
And Mandalay Bay also said that they don't have much on their surveillance.
Paddock was shuttered inside his suite for 3 days at the Giant Hotel, perched high above, taking place across the street from the festival. Room service was provided at some point during his day. Investigators also believe that Paddock used a device similar to, get this, a hammer to smash 2 windows in his room before he allegedly opened fire. And it even says in the news report, allegedly opened fire. So even this news media outlet right here that's reporting on this one, ABC News, is saying allegedly fired upon the crowd. Mr. Paddock may or may not be fucking the guy. That's what this news report is telling me. So there's,
one of the more recent things I saw too was how he killed himself.
Yes,
okay?
yes,
how come in
yes.
The pictures,
Good point.
Why are the bullet casings not covered in blood and they are on top of the blood?
How did he bleed out and then it roll into it without being perfectly rolled around? That's like Judge Scalia dying of natural causes with a pillow over his face.
Yeah.
See,
exactly.
There's a lot of things that Wholesome will fucking attest to, as well as Bad Habits Network will attest to. Conspiracy theories do
kind
exist.
Of let's go back to a little bit of the election too. All the people that were going to come forward against the female. I don't want to say a name because I don't want to get accidentally suicided. But how did these guys who were going to come forward with information? How did these guys who were going to come forward with information accidentally suicide themselves with double taps to the back of the head?
Right.
There's too much. It's. I mean, you go back to Sandy Hook. You go back to all these kinds of things, and you can place a lot. Even with this shooting at the concert, the same crisis actors that were at Sandy Hook and the Boston Marathon. Some of these people have been spotted at this country music concert.
Got another one for you. Later on in this report, it says Jill Snyder, the special agent in charge of the ATF, had told CBS This Morning in an interview Wednesday, Paddock had been stockpiling firearms since 1982. So this guy was probably one of those Armageddonists or the what do you call those, survivalists. The guy, he had a bunker in his backyard. But he had nearly brought 50 guns legally to this motel and never set off one flag in the ATF. There's something fishy going on here, folks.
Nope.
And
something big time fishy. And if you want my opinion,
in the last year,
this is a ploy.
Well, we got in the last year
from the Democratic side for gun control.
Agreed.
I mean,
agreed.
Here's one thing that keeps getting wiped off. This guy, his funding.
Where did it come from?
Stephen Paddock.
Where did it come from? Who the fuck gave this guy?
George Soros run foundations.
Yes. Here's another kicker. From October 2016 to September 28th, 2017, Paddock purchased 33 fucking firearms, a majority of them rifles. I'm sorry, with all the fucking stipulations and shit that I have to go through just to be a fucking butt-reaming asshole of a parent, What? No flags got raised? The CPS will fucking look at you for being a weird ass parent. Fucking, I'll walk up to my daughter's school with my fucking Bad Habits Network pink T-shirt on, and they look at me sideways, cross-eyed, and call CPS. This guy buys 33 fucking firearms in a fucking year, and nothing happens. What the fuck? Who the fuck's dick higher up is this asshole sucking? Or was? I'm sorry, he's dead now. He's dead, Jim.
Damn it, Jim, he's a Vulcan.
He's worse than brain dead. He's dead.
You know, a lot of this people is you can't trust your government. You know, the first step to controlling
you can trust your government.
or a nation.
No, hold on, Dave. You can trust your government. Ask the Native Americans.
Yeah. I mean, we gave them blankets and they gave us land. It works out perfectly.
Oh, and corn. And Thanksgiving. Yeah. And Columbus Day. Oh, wait.
Crickets. But go back even to the Nazi era and other countries that have done this. The first step to controlling a population is to disarm the country's citizens.
Correct.
Who's going to fight back? Okay? This all ties into that. I mean, every bad thing that's happened in the last 4 years, the first thing, instead of looking at the people, instead of looking at the background, the first thing is it was the gun. I carry a gun every day. The thing's never woken up in the middle of the night and put itself to my head.
Okay, I thought you were making a baby reference for a second. No, never mind. Go ahead. Continue, please.
No, but that's it. It's it's the people that do it. And the funny thing is, all these people that are doing it, that are doing these mass shootings, they don't have any histories. They don't have violent histories. They don't have anything for charges. It's just out of the blue. These people lost their minds and shot up churches, shot up venues, shot up gay clubs. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Wake up.
I'm awake.
Wake up, people.
Get woke, bitches.
You know, it's going to happen sooner or later. You know, there is going to be a civil war one way or another. You know, all the Constitution, all of our freedoms, they are there to protect us from our government. That's why they're slowly being taken away.
Absolutely. All right. So, on to this next
Moving
one.
on.
Yeah, so let's get off the conspiracy theories, because I guarantee we lost half of Wholesome listeners.
Well, it's because we're not using crayons and coloring within the lines.
Oh, well, good point. Let's pay our respect and give a good shout out to the one, the only Tom Petty, who is he's dead, Jim. So there's that.
Ironically, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't
I wonder
find
what he knew about the Clintons.
I was gonna say he didn't find himself suicided, or the lava. There wasn't lava on the floor or anything like the new Linkin Park album. Yeah.
Bangarang, Peter. You like that? Didn't think I was going to throw in a hook reference, did you?
I didn't think so. I knew you were going to go Robin Williams somewhere, like, The World According to Garp, but shit, dude, good one. Didn't realize it was going to be that obscure.
Roofie.
Oh. Oh, fuck.
That was Bill Cosby's favorite character in that movie.
Hey, how do you kill Ebola? Bill Cosby. And another one, thank you, Michael, for posting this one up in the Wholesome room. Definitely mad respect to Hugh Hefner. Muslims everywhere are holding their head in shame because now they cannot die and receive all 72 virgins.
Yeah, and the meme I keep seeing popping up is he's not in a better place. Like, most people die, they go somewhere better. Yeah, not in his case.
No, everyone's fully clothed and there are Go ahead.
According to dogma, we don't have genitals when we go to heaven anyways, though.
No, that's when we become angels and shit.
I'm not gonna. Not happening.
Not
here.
having it. No, the only angel I'll ever be is a fallen one, and I'm happy about that.
I'm a devil with a dick.
That's a live quote, folks.
Can't write this shit, people. All right. So what do we got next? We got the upcoming tropical storm.
Oh, yes. Yes. Just when you think it couldn't get worse, Florida, fuck your couch and flood your basement. Oh, wait, Florida Indians don't have basements. I forget about that.
So we got Tropical Storm Nate. It's currently 9 miles per hour with 40-mile-per-hour winds, and it's
Sign me up.
based over Central America right now.
Either way, sign me up. I want some of that action this time.
Did someone say weather manipulation?
No, the harp machine is alive. I've seen it. I'm Jesse Ventura. Bum 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 bum. Harp. It exists. I've seen it. That's why I live off the grid.
I'm on your side, America. I'm going to choke slam that tornado.
And move to Mexico. The man is so patriotic, he upped his shit and
Trump,
moved.
will you let me through?
Yeah, exactly. A man so patriotic, he took all his shit to Mexico.
Jesus. Did you see that, though, at the wall, though? They're actually doing a prototype for it.
Oh, God,
I saw
yes.
a post on it the other day, how it's just a giant fucking concrete slab, essentially.
Oh, so it's my ex. Got it.
Yep. You know, you want to bang it, but it hurts your dick.
Dude, that's fucking... Oh, I'm so getting some 6-shooter tomorrow.
Hey, Julian Ager. I would love to be your daddy.
Oh,
So,
my God. Yes.
Watch
Tropical
out, East
storm.
Coast.
Hurricane warning!
Now, the next subject we're going to touch on is very close to Hammer's heart.
Ugh.
We've been talking about this for 2 days.
Ugh.
This lady is by far something we should all achieve to be.
Oh, I thought we were going to transition into that after we make the transition of transitioning bathrooms. My bad, I missed something in that transition.
Well,
And apparently somebody else
Okay.
did on their race.
Eek. I didn't say it. If you got to make a weave for your pubes, you have an issue.
Yeah, well, come on. Says the man who's so Greek, even his fucking pubes are fucking Greek.
I jizzed tzatziki
Yes.
sauce.
Oh my God. So, okay, yeah, you wanted to talk about whom now?
Your very, very dear friend, Martina Biggs.
This woman is gold, folks. Well, she's a little bit darker than gold now. All right.
You know when you leave gingerbread cookies in the oven just a little too long?
Yeah, well, we can on Bad Habits Network, we're not allowed to say the jokes, but we can say the punchlines. All right. So a white glamour model who spent, let's see here, 50,000 pounds or euros or that little L symbol. She's definitely European. God damn, if you ever listen to this bitch talk, it's priceless. She spent that much money on surgery and now identifies as a black woman. A white glamour model now identifies as a black woman. This morning, she was on ITV to reveal that she is going to Africa to learn to be black.
And she said she loves the food there. The spices they put on the rice, remember?
Yes. Europe's biggest breast, German tanning addict. She's classified as a 32S, I believe. This woman. This woman is offending minorities everywhere. This woman is offending races everywhere. I don't want to fight the black people. I do it for myself. Is her reasons for doing this. I am really proud that this medicine works well. She's had 3 injections into her abdomen to turn her skin color from a pale, pasty, beautiful, snow whitey white to black.
And she was a very pretty woman before she even started doing the augmentation.
Well, here's the kicker. She started the augmentations in honor or homage or whatever you want to call it to Pamela Anderson. She wanted to look like Pamela Anderson and then fell in love with the African-American look. The big booty, the big boobs. She's even gone as far as weaving her hair, so to speak. The reason why in January she wishes to go to Africa is to learn about the culture so there is no more misunderstanding. Bitch, get back on Maury. You'll see.
Yeah, you guys need to check this clip out. I mean, we'll post a link up in Wholesome after a while, but it is one of the most outrageous things I think I've actually ever seen. It's not very offensive, but it's just one of those, have you had your V8 today moments?
Oh, dog. And if you guys even look at this bitch, Martina Big, spelt the whole way you think. I'm sorry, she looks like she's blackface.
Yeah.
She it's either blackface or super tan, like in Florida, especially when she puts her natural blonde hair back up in it.
You know the movie There's Something About Mary?
Yes.
The older lady, she looks like that.
She looks like
with black hair.
She looks like the fucking roommate or neighbor 50 years ago.
Magda. That's
yes.
what it was.
And honestly, dude, seriously, before the booby augmentations, as when she identified as a white glamour model, she actually had some white people are evolving fucking memes about her. It looks like you could have gone. And yeah, Devin, our friend in Wholesome, says once you go black, yeah, dude, this chick, oh my god, this chick. Yikes.
And her husband's no better. Her husband is starting the transformation process too, and he's a big white guy. Now, if you've ever seen Family Guy and you see how they make fun of Swedish people, like how they almost talk perfect English, like, wow, last night I was going to make sex on that chick. That is how these people talk.
Right now, her main piece of dick looks like a combination between Peter Griffin and the guy, oh god, I just brain farted the actor's name, Ray Liotta. He looks like a combination between Peter Griffin and Ray Liotta. He's got Peter Griffin's body, hair, and fucking fat. And he's got Ray Liotta's facial features fat.
And I mean, you really got to see this Maury clip on it because, I mean, let's face it, the majority of the audience are African Americans, and I've never felt so bad for the African American race more than I did watching this show. The whole Milwaukee ain't got nothing on these people.
Oh my god! It was like you took the whole Milwaukee and put them in a studio as an audience. Oh my god!
And then,
oh my god!
Blackface.
Oh, Devin fucking just nailed it. If no one notices that I'm not a white supermodel anymore, this will be a piece of cake.
Well done, Capkey.
Oh my god, that is fantastic. Okay, this chick looks like the black version of Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife. I'm just saying. I'm not sorry about that one, folks. It's just...
Actually, she's a cross between Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife and Dog the Bounty Hunter. She really is.
Oh my god! And I'm watching. I'm watching the quick clip of Maury where she's walking onto stage. It's like, oh my god, how do you walk? Those things are massive. And she gives a thumbs up on her way up. It's like, what the fuck? How are you standing? Her tits are literally at the bottom of her pectoral level, and that's where they start.
If she gets into accident, I mean, she's safe. She just got to pull them fuckers over her head, and there's her airbags.
Dog, I want her on the back of my motorcycle. That would just be fantastic. Are you kidding me?
Put her in a bouncy house and see what's just knock herself out.
Dude, seriously. I want to see her jump out of an airplane just so I can see both those fun bags hit her in the face repeatedly. Like,
Do you think her nipples got dyed too?
oh, absolutely. Dude, I don't care. I want to see what this bitch looks naked. I don't care.
Those things are definitely dinner plates.
Yeah, definitely have, or they're not even there. Like they've fallen off, like from a bad Jason X movie. So apparently now we can go trans.
Definitely check this guy. Check him out.
Oh yeah, apparently now we can go transracial. I mean, first there was the NAACP leader or the female leader who was actually this bitch went Martina Big went full bore. She went with the injections and everything. The other one just went, okay, I'm gonna go blackface and make it fucking so. I can't remember the name of the fucking chick, but I don't care either. That's how much she means to me, okay? Martina Big, however, my new fucking... Next to Bridget the Midget, my new favorite person in the world.
We need to get her in Wholesome.
Oh my God, we just need to get her. Hey, girl.
I guess that brings new meaning to... Does the carpet match the curtains?
Yeah, here we go. Her breasts are 32S. There we go.
Holy shit. I thought I was stacked.
Shit, I thought my mom... she's going to kill me for this one. I thought my old lady was stacked when she was pregnant with eyes. Man, talk about a fucking bill for a bra.
So speaking of, we're going trans race, and
Yeah.
now something interesting I read today.
Speaking of
going
bras...
we have transgender identity coming up in the government again.
Yay!
The 1964 Civil Act right does not include gender identity as far as the government is concerned at the moment. They're pulling back the Obama stuff and going back to how it was. You cannot enforce the laws on your gender identity. Right now, you are either male or female, according to the government and employers, but this will be being moved into the Supreme Court to make a final decision. I don't care what you sexually identify as.
Well,
I
got one for you too. Here's another thing that a few psychiatrics, a few medical resources, and quite a lot of psychology resources as well, and GLAAD even reports on this. The gender dysphoria is what it's technically. If it's a disorder, it's going to be called gender dysphoria. Even GLAAD recognizes gender dysphoria.
So they're essentially admitting that this is kind of a mental disorder. Am I safe in assuming that?
Apparently, but it's as of, let's see here, the APA removes gender identity disorder, and now the government is actually putting it back in with what you're reporting on, Dave.
Really?
That's what it sounds like, in my opinion, with what you're reporting. One would go to assume that the APA is going to revoke its removal of the gender identity disorder. I've had way too much coffee.
And I'm on the opposite spectrum of that. I've had a few too many perks.
Right, and I'm just sitting here laughing about this because it's gonna. We haven't had a legit gender dysphoria DSM or any kind of tests going on since, let's see here, 2014. It's been kind of media quiet. Now this shit's gonna be going ape shit again. You're gonna have Target. Well, Target's gonna have to eat a big bullet.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gee, Hammer, you just mentioned Target and Bullet in the same way to bring it back to Las Vegas, Gary.
Uh-oh. You know, and then the funny thing was, I think it was actually Devin Kapke that posted the meme the other week. It was like, it was a a gender fluid shirt. It was like something does not define my gender, and then it gave you the order form options, and you could pick either male or female. Talking about irony.
Yeah, there's a lot of irony going on, and there's a lot of bullshit going on that with this latest regime, it's, dare I say, it's been a rough transition. And yeah, sorry, that was actually no pun intended. It's been a rough anyway, huh? It's and we're seeing dare I say, a call to what do you call it? A call to normalcy by definition of, I guess, All in the Family. Essentially,
yeah.
Essentially, Donald Trump is the same as fucking the head of All in the Family. That's the way I'm viewing the presidency right now. I can't remember the character's name worth the life of me, and I may or may not be wrong on the assumptions that I am making.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all.
Well, many listeners of mine would disagree.
I don't care what people sexually identify as. You know, be what you want to be. This is a free
I was going to
country.
say, I sexually identify as a masturbator. I've been married for 13 years. I'm good.
I'm on a strict no wanks policy right now, so.
Nice. Mama's poor throat.
But, I mean, I don't like how there's, you know, you're a man who identifies as a woman who sexually is attracted to females.
Uh-oh.
But it doesn't make sense to me how some of these things work. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, and
I mean, if you're a guy and you like guys, you're gay. You're
right.
a girl, you like girls, you're lesbian.
So would that make
How
Tranpa?
can you?
Sorry. Your question? No, I'm asking. I'm getting. It's a legitimate one because this one pisses me off still to this day. Trampaw is fucking a Wheaties gold medalist, and then fights for women's rights as the first man to be Woman of the Year, and hasn't done anything with that wanger, and still goes out and bangs chicks.
To me, it's a publicity stunt. Like,
Agreed.
I don't know what he's doing. I think this is just for fucking ratings.
But he's running with it. I'll give him credit, or her. I don't even.
But what happened to like 6 months after all this shit happened, and he got that prize for what was it?
Woman of the Year.
The Woman of the Year thing, and then shortly after that, he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm going to convert back." I don't know if anybody remembers that. He said he was gonna convert back, and all of a sudden, it's whatever it is full steam ahead again.
Right, and that's like banning that. It's like getting rid of the trans model too. The one who played, I forgot her name. She played Dr. Frankenfurter in the re-release of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and she was she was a L'Oreal model.
I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, There's a trans L'Oreal model that just got the boot for her opinion in life.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's quite a few things we can talk about because it's retarded. It's more retarded than an ESPN newscaster going against Trump or fighting Trump on Twitter. One of the two.
You know, it may not be the right thing to do, him being on Twitter all the time, but goddamn, he's sticking up for his freedom of speech and his thoughts on everything, and I give him respect for that. You know, I got to say, I'm not one to get choked up easily. This morning, I was watching some videos of some of these victims from the shooting.
Yeah, bringing it back.
I have never had more pride in my president going to all these hospitals that these victims are at.
No, hold on. I'm going to correct you on one thing. He's not your president. He's not my president. He's the president. Get over it, folks.
Yes. Truth. But the guy cares.
Yeah.
I don't like how he's demonized in the media. He actually cares about the American people. No matter what side you're on, at least see the good he's doing.
And he's a classic narcissist. That's the other beautiful thing about him. He's not the normal sociopath that the Democrats and former and past past presidents and congressmen and all that other shit have been. He's not a sociopath. He's a narcissist. This is what happens, folks, when you see the general norm get swooped. This is what happens when the American public actually works.
This is the sign of the revolution. This is the people standing up to big government saying, look, this is who we are. We're not going to take the shit anymore.
Agreed.
We finally have someone that cares about the people. He doesn't care about money.
Well, we have another one. We have another one that cares about the public. I mean, I'm going to get, dare I say, I'm going to get shots from the balcony on this one. JFK was for the people.
Yes.
And no offense, it was a tragedy what happened to him and how it happened to him, and I don't want to see that happen with any other president ever again.
No, not one bit. I mean, what we have in office right now is exactly what we need. He may not be the best president material, but look at the state this country's in. Look at where our dollar is falling right now. Okay, we need a businessman.
Yes.
We need someone that knows how to work that.
Agreed. And you and I are both business collegiates, as I know I pronounced that wrong, but yeah, it's the general way of things to need to proceed to better off, quote unquote, the company of the United States of America.
Right.
He's running
people don't realize the American dollar is set to collapse in early 2018.
Correct.
What are you going to buy your gas and your food with? Why are all these higher ups, these high government officials, these people that own and run the banks of the world that live in America, they are cashing out for precious metals.
As well as putting their precious hard-earned tax dollars in offshore accounts, in Bitcoin, in other fucking countries.
I think Bitcoin is going to be the next big thing, and you know, I've been talking to people. I've been talking to people in Chicago.
Okay,
I've got a few friends in Chicago right now, and Bitcoin is a big thing down there. Vape shops. They said 90% of the vape shops down there have Bitcoin.
Yep, this is true. I also have a Bitcoin account, but that's because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
So, as far as that goes, everybody needs to get prepared. This isn't going to be a conspiracy show or anything like that.
No,
we're just stuff that's going on that people don't talk about. That it's thrown up on the media and it's just disavowed and pulled down that quick.
Yep, and we're not pulling punches on our opinion here, and we're not pulling punches on what the hell is out in the media. We're gonna, as you heard today, for the Wholesome listeners or the Wholesome group, as you've seen today, we're gonna talk about funny politics, funny topical shit that's gonna go on, and we're gonna put our fucking wholesome spin on it and our bad habits spin on it. Now, I guarantee you, we're going to probably someday invite Michael White onto this. But right now, we're just doing some beta testing right now to see the ebb and flow of the listeners and views and likes and hates.
We're going to see how it's well received. I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinions. Everyone's going to be on the fence. But if you like this show, that's what we're going to keep doing.
Absolutely, and yeah, we have capabilities of progressing, and that's a nice weed whacker in the background.
You like that? I will. I'm gonna give a shout out to Home Depot on this home light plug-in motherfucker. That every time you string trim your yard, it goes through an entire spool.
Hence the reason your beard's so long.
That's right. It's good for the wife. You know, after a nice meal, she can floss
or make soup.
It gets a nice odor to it, too. It holds my musk.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to the bad habits, guys. Guys, if you like what you're hearing, you hear what you like, rate, and share. Check out Bad Habits Network at www.badhabitsnetwork.net. Check out our Facebooks and everything else. We have some great sponsors that are linked there. And one I'm proud to represent at all times is Resurrection Vapors. Hey, guys, check them out at resurrectionvapors.com. I have to do this legally. I'm on contract, Dave.
And I'm fine with that.
All right. So, guys, check them out. Everybody just be fucking nice to each other for a change. Open a door for somebody. I don't care. Just do one good deed today. All right? Go fuck yourself.